Nerdlings all. It's your buddy Big John Ed G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, my friends. And today, Midday Monologue Monday. This is probably my favorite Midday Monologue Monday that I do all month long because I get to go live. Sure, there's not always a lot of individuals here, but sometimes someone pops up and I get to do a live interaction with them. And besides that, I'm here, check it out, the mail. Or the comments, if you will. So while I'm here, like I said, this is also an AMA. Why not? Anything you want to ask me, go right ahead. I'll answer it or I won't. We'll see. But there's been a lot of activity in the comments section. Also, I just want to thank everyone because unless something has changed, we have spent an entire week at 1,480, 1,481 subscribers. And that's absolutely amazing because I keep getting up to 1,480. Just 20 away from 1,500. And then in the course of a couple of days, I lose 6, 8, sometimes 10 subscribers. And it's back down to 1470. But this is the first time it's lasted for this long, like a week. Amazing. So are we going to get those other 20? Will we actually make it to 1,500? We'll see. All right, so with the comments that we got going on here, let's start off at the top of the list, the most current, and work our way back. And that's going to be for our main man, always around, one of our regulars here, and that's Shogunstein. And Shogunstein left a comment for Gaming Radar. We dropped the Gaming Radar on the 20th, and that was for King of Monster Isle, or Island, by Aiello. And this is a great looking game. I haven't played it. That's why it's on the Gaming Radar and not a tabletop takeout or a two-gun review. But from what I've seen, it looks really fun. It looks like a great expansion from King of Tokyo, King of New York. Sort of coming together and fighting an even bigger, more powerful kaiju. I mean, that's Toho Studios right there for you. So that's great. Shogunstein said, it's not what he said. He said, I have never not enjoyed a game of King of Tokyo or New York. Just wish their rule books were a little bit better. I think in Dark they pulled it together just a little bit tighter. They did a little bit of editing work on the King of Tokyo Dark. But yeah, I guess it can be a little tighter, maybe. But lucky enough that overall it's not that complicated. And once you play a game or two of either King of Tokyo or New York, you're probably never really going to look at the rules again. So I think what you're talking about maybe is just the initial getting into it. But yeah, great game. I'm glad to hear that you've never not enjoyed it. Good double negative way of putting that there, Shogunstein. Stephen Gilbert, we hear from you every now and then. Stephen, how's it going, brother? So for Tabletop Takeout on the 18th, D&D Ghosts of Saltmarsh, the board game, our friend Steven said Ghosts of Saltmarsh is a really fantastic addition to the board game franchise. It mixes well with the others and really has a lot of theme and tone that's going on there. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. My biggest drawback with it, which I think I mentioned in that video, is the fact that it is an expansion. And as an expansion, it's perfect. It does exactly what it's supposed to do as an expansion. It's a great expansion for the existing game system. But consider the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the first 6, I'm looking at them right there. The first 6 that came out were standalones. They weren't expansions. And they came with so much more. I have gotten used to getting new characters. I think I love that more than the monsters or the stories. Getting new playable characters in the D&D adventure system. I mean, this has been going on. The first Castle Ravenloft came out in 2015, 2016, and we got 6 of them out now, and we still don't have one monk. There's not one playable monk in the entire game. So when they came out with Ghosts of Saltmarsh, I was really hoping that we'd see some more heroes, and maybe finally we'd get a monk. No. It didn't work out that way. But yeah, I do really enjoy it. I'm glad they came out with it, but I don't want to see more expansions. No, I don't want to see more. What I want to see more of in the D&D Cooperative Adventure System series is more core games with more playable characters. Come on, let's get on top of that. I mean, I understand. They did the expansion of COVID. They were hurting for money. They wanted to put something out, keep it alive. I get that. But let's get over that now. That's what I say about it. But Stephen Gilbert, thank you so much for being here, for commenting, for watching the videos. We really do appreciate it. I love all of my regulars and semi-regulars. I love seeing you all here. I do. It does me well. So for Friday Night Fillers on the 21st, game of Dragon Slayer, the dice game, was played. Hey, that was just the other night. Fonzie the Capybara. Well, it looks like he caught me cheating. If you watched the video, you saw Fu was the one who was cheating. Anything I did was a mistake. But Fonzie the Capybara, old-time regular friend here, how's it going, Fonzie? Said, damn! That was some amazing rolling against the first red dragon, but then you immediately go and cheat on Fu by discarding the white fire breath dice and the shield that blocked the attack. Fu should have been able to roll those 2 dice again. Justice for Fu. Sure, but you don't mention Fonzie all the times he was cheating and throwing out the extra chips to keep challenging me. We only got 1. So you don't bring that up, do you, Fonzie? Now, I think Fu has you under a charm spell or suggestion or something because, come on, he was guilty as hell. You know it. That was an honest mistake I made. But he kept doing it and he knew what he was doing. So on the 17th Midday Monologue, I dropped a video that I was really happy to have put together and to deliver here, and that was the Hero Quest tips video. Tips and tricks. I've been playing Hero Quest since I was a kid. Yeah, there was a long abandonment of it, you could say, but then with the reissuing of it, I've gotten full force, full effect, needle to the I don't know, put in the needle. My love for this game. You can tell, I mean, I've 14 parts in the first one. 20-Sided Warriors played one. That's 15 on video. And 16, the intro to Kellar's Keep. 17, 18, the 2. So yeah, there's at least 18 playable videos that I've done for this. Can you tell how much I like this game? So I was really looking forward to putting up a video on tips because I played this entire game system without losing a life, without losing a character. And I think that speaks volumes. So I did a video on how I play and how I get that to work. So Dan Beck, first timer here, Dan Beck. So glad you joined us. Hope you stick around here. So Dan says, algorithm brought me here, and I'm a Hero Quest fan. Have a like and a comment. Well, that is awfully awesome of you there, Dan. I'm really surprised and happy to hear that the algorithm brought you. But then again, my #1 video, as far as being watched goes, over 7,000 views and climbing so far, is the How to Play Hero Quest game. So maybe it's not a surprise to me as much as it should be to hear that the algorithm for Hero Quest eventually brought you here. Generally speaking, the YouTube algorithm hates Two Gun Pixie. I mean, I'm not monetized. I have no plans of being monetized. I have no sponsors. I have no backers. I have no Patreon. I just sit here and make videos for fun because I want to. So yeah, I do nothing for YouTube, so YouTube's algorithm does nothing for me. So to hear that you found us through the algorithm, that does me good. It really does. And there are a lot of Hero Quest videos here, Dan. And if you're a Hero Quest fan, maybe you're a D&D fan. If so, we have some great D&D videos, especially our Tales from the Table, where the 20-Sided Warriors get to talk to you about their ongoing campaign. I show you behind the scenes, behind the screen, DM stuff and information, the building of my table for the adventure. It's really fun. So if you're into Hero Quest, maybe you like D&D, stick around for that. I hope you do anyway. So again, thank you so much. Dan, that was awesome that you stopped here. Have a great day. Now, also from this, and I did not write, I'm going to have to write back as soon as I sign off from this. I'll have to write back to Jean Fortry. And I know I'm saying that name wrong. It probably has a more elegant and French pronunciation that my ugly mouth is able to produce. But yeah, so Jean, quick question. This is also considering Hero Quest tips, right? So Jean says, quick question. Round turn order is Barbarian, Dwarf, Elf, Wizard, Zargon. Okay, I'm with you there, Gene. Continues to say, it's Wizard's turn. That's the last of the playable party members. Okay, it's Wizard's turn. He searches for a treasure card and draws a wandering monster. The monster attacks immediately, and then the wizard end of turn is skipped, and then the normal turn resumes. So it's Zargon's turn. So the monster effectively gets an attack twice in a row. Is that correct? If so, do you ever let the wizard search for treasure? As he can die, if unlucky, from a single lucky orc. Searching for treasure, especially early on, during the first 14, maybe even the first 8 or 10, yeah, I could definitely see wanting to go out your way and look for treasure. But by the time you start getting near the end of that core series of quests, you should have acquired enough money, found enough artifacts and a few items that you're really not needing to go out of your way and search for treasure because of hazards, because of traps, because of monsters. I get it. Now, getting to your specific question, though, in that order, the way you said it, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, picture it this way. What you just described is a new round of combat starting, and the entire party is surprised. So you have one enemy starting a new round of combat. The entire party is surprised. So yes, the wizard goes. The wizard draws a treasure card. Wandering monster comes up. So this is the equivalent of a surprise action. The wandering monster pops down as close to the wizard, who drew the card, as possible on the board and will make an attack. That ends the turn. It is Zargon's turn. Zargon goes again. The wandering monster will attack again, probably the wizard more than likely, and then your party gets to go. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, if you follow my tips on how to play the game, you're going to walk through every single adventure. But this is a problem. I understand it. I have stopped looking for treasure most of the time. If there's a specific treasure that a quest says I need to get, obviously I'm going to have to search unless it just pops up after a boss kill or something. But generally, I'm very leery about searching for treasure. Now that I have everyone in the champion level, so to speak, is after you finish the 14th adventure in the core game, you're called champions. At this point, I search for treasure very little. And as far as the wizard, yeah, you take something that's very seldom, and even more seldom on top of that is the wizard who I let search. Because you can pass treasure around. It doesn't matter who finds the treasure. So your barbarian finds a wizard staff. Big freaking deal. You just give it to the wizard. So yeah, you might, especially early on, when your armor is lower, you may very well want to skip having the wizard look for treasure. But thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope you enjoy our playthroughs. In fact, you should watch our playthroughs, actually, Gene, because almost all of them are solo, so I get to use the app. And the app, wow, the app is perfect on the rules. It literally walks you through the entire game effortlessly. But yeah, so I hope that helps, Gene. And I'll write down. I didn't text answer you, and I will do that. We'll do that today. Thank you, Gene. Tabletop Takeout, Legends Untold. This is dropped on the 16th. This is for Legends Untold, The Weeping Caves. Legends Untold has 2 core boxes, the sewers and the caves. I talked about the sewers a while back, and now we're on to the caves. Woo! Inspiring Games. Hey, they're the ones that published this. And they left a message for me. They said, hey, Big Johnny G, how's it going? Thanks for the vid and the kind words. This came out of the blue. Let me know if you're interested in looking at one of the Deep Sorrow / potion preparation prototype bundles that are in circulation in the US right now. Cheers, Kev. I got to write this one back too, so I'm going to be writing you back, Kev. Probably not even watching this video, but I'll be writing you back today. And yeah, sure, I'm more than cool with that. So if there's something going around here in the States and I can get my hands on it, I'd love to show it off for you guys. So let's see how that works out. Very cool. Thank you for watching the video, for keeping in touch with Two Gun Pixie. So Inspiring Games, very awesome. And if anyone out there is not familiar with with the games that they put out, the Legends Untold. Please check it out. It is a really fun RPG style board game, and I love the way it takes into consideration the lighting effects while you're going through the adventure and the card placement. It's a tile placement game where you have a little leeway. I like that. You just like, boom, put this tile here, boom, this tile here. Or I don't even mean leeway like you have a choice here, 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 or here. I mean, you can like, as long as it connects, you can like angle it and stuff, the next card. As long as there's a connection between the exit and the entrance, it doesn't matter how you, I like that. It's a small little thing. It's small, but it's enjoyable to me. Oh, yes, I did a Grand Central shout out this month. I haven't done one in a while. I only do them when I feel the need to. I'm not paid to do them. Nobody asks me to do them. Something happens. I like a product. I like several products that come from a company. I'll talk about the company. That's what I did here. That's what I did. And this is for Litco Games. Now, as I said in the video, I came across Litco Games once. Things were kind of cool. I liked their products, but they fell off my radar. And then other things I needed started materializing their needs for me to have. And I found Litco again. And I found more, and I found more, and I found more stuff. And I just love all the RPG accessories that Litco Games is coming out with. So I just had to write something about it and say something. I don't really write stuff. What do I say that for? I don't really write. Almost everything I say is just off the hook, off the cuff. I think my regulars know that. So Clean Sweep had two comments about this. First one, those invisible characters remind me of the Fiend Folio. I think the creature was called a tween. I think it was a multi-dimensional character clone. Yes, I do have a memory of the one you mean. They were clones of characters. Usually, I believe they were sent by deities or higher powers to teach someone a lesson who misrepresented the beliefs or something like that. I have a vague memory. I got the Fiend Folio right over there on my shelf. I'm not going to get up and bother getting that right at the moment. But yeah, the invisible character pieces are really fun. They're more perfect, obviously, for the PCs because the players and the DM has to know where your character is, even if it's invisible. For the NPCs, these invisible Litco markers are great to put down the last place that the players saw said creature or enemy, target, before it disappeared. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be moving the enemy's invisible piece around the board for the players to follow. But you put it there as the last place they saw him. That makes a difference. Yeah, they're really fun. I love them. They come in handy quite often. Clean Sweep also said, hey, Big Johnny G, off topic. I was at Dollar Tree yesterday and found a few items that might work in your D&D world. I have a section of gnome decor. They have, sorry, not I, not him. They Dollar Tree has a section of gnome decor. On the peg hooks, there's a blister pack with an arched gate and two different blister packs with two different tree guardians. They are painted, which is a win for you. So he knows I don't paint. I picked up a set for my crafting ideas, but I thought that you may be interested as well. Yeah, I certainly am. Especially now what you're all watching on Tales of the Table is a couple months behind, or a couple months ahead, I should say, of where we really are in the game, because we play twice a month, and that video goes up once a month. So the timing is off, right? So we're still in the middle. Not the middle, about 2/3 of the way through Forge of Fury. The next adventure, actually the next two, are going to be outdoor adventures for them. One of them takes place in a town, and the other takes place in a smaller village, much more rural area. So right now, I always am looking for cool D&D pieces, but right now I'm specifically looking for outdoor stuff. So I'm going to look that up. Dollar Tree, gnome decor, blister packs. Tree guardians, and arched gate. Yeah, I'm going to go see that. I'm going to go take a look at that. Thank you so much for letting me know. And never worry about putting something off topic up. It's fun. All right. Let's get to some more. Midday Monologue on the 10th. I dropped a video on building a campaign collection. I do a series of building, as I call them, to help you build up your own collection. And I do it by genre because if you take a look, that's how I shelf. I shelf my games because I have so many of them, almost 500 now, I think. I shelve them by genre. So I do the building by genre. In this case, as I said, was for campaign games. Long-standing campaign games. Like this right here. It's a campaign game. They have a lot of campaigns in this. Right over here, that's another campaign game, right? There's a lot of them out there. So I wanted to talk about maybe you like them and you're looking for some to add to your collection. Daniel Carrasco. Did I say that right? Daniel, is this a first time for you? It might be a first time. I don't recognize your name. Welcome to Two Gun Pixie. Daniel says, this is really fun, man. Thanks for making it. Otherwise, I would never have looked twice at a lot of these, even for brands that I already like. See, that's it right there. Daniel, that is exactly the reason why I do so many videos, but particularly the building videos. Because there's a lot of titles out there that if you do nothing but just hear the name of it, you're probably never going to know whether it's something that truly interests you or not. So I enjoy doing these building campaigns and building sci-fi and building fantasy and every other the building videos that I've made. When someone comments like you did, about it bringing things to mind that they wouldn't have thought otherwise, that makes me feel great. I mean, I love doing the videos for fun, but when they affect somebody, that's even better. I hope you do take some of that to heart. Maybe check out some of my other building videos on Midday Monologue Mondays because they have some great ideas too. But thank you so much for checking us out. And Daniel, I hope you're still with us. I hope you're still subscribed and enjoying our videos. Welcome, Daniel. So on the 11th Tabletop Takeout, I did on Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. Now, I recently did, over the years, I've done a lot of Tiny Epic videos. And I don't even know if it's come out yet. I know I just did one, I did a slideshow Sunday on the complete collection of everything Tiny Epic. That was really fun to do. That was fun. So for this, the Shogunstein is back with us. Hello, brother. He says, after not really enjoying zombies or mechs, this was a great restoration to my enjoyment of the Tiny Epic series. Also, this was very easy to follow as far as the rulebook goes. Yeah, some of the rulebooks have been a hot mess. I'm not even going to be nice about it and be like, well, they could have added a little tighter here and there. No, I'll be honest, right? Come on. A couple of their books have been a hot mess. But the games, for one degree or another, have all been fun. I agree with you. I think Zombies I know for a fact it's the bottom of the list for my personal list of Tiny Epic games. And that's really sad because even though the zombie genre is completely overblown, so is the Cthulhu board game collections series of games. They're all, the zombies, the Cthulhu, they're all completely overblown. I was still really looking forward to the Tiny Epic Zombies. Maybe because of the Tiny Epic. In fact, I know it's because of the name Tiny Epic. I was hoping it would be better. But my big problem, and the 20-Sided Warriors, is not just me, is that we have never felt threatened in that game. Not one game of zombies we've played, Tiny Epic Zombies that we've played, not one session has made us feel like we're about to lose. Things are going to go south. It's been a cakewalk. No matter what we do, no matter how we tweak it, it's too easy. Every mode of it is easy to some degree or another. Dinosaurs isn't. Now, the dinosaur game, I think, is one of their best. And I say this in the sense of, it's not one of my top to play, but I think if you catch the difference here, it may not be me personally one of the top favorites of a Tiny Epic for me to play, but it is in my favorite of Tiny Epic games as far as what they did with it. I mean, to take, let's point out the elephant in the room, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. That's what Tiny Epic Dinosaurs is. And it does it probably to a better degree than just about any other dinosaur game out there. Yeah, Dinosaur Island is amazingly fun. I've done some videos on that. That's up there as one of the best dinosaur games, I think. But it's almost like they're the same game. It's almost like Tiny Epic is just the lunchbox size for the much larger Dinosaur Island. if you like one, I don't see why you wouldn't like the other. But it was a really fun game. I'm glad that it's in my collection. I'm glad they put it out. And I know the most recent one that just successfully got kickstarted was Tiny Epic Crimes, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next. I'm still waiting for a Tiny Epic Cthulhu. I'm still waiting for a Tiny Epic Supers. So let's see what's gonna, because I know it's not gonna be either of those two. You know it as well as I do. They're never coming out with a Tiny Epic Cthulhu or a Tiny Epic Supers. We'll see what they do though. But yeah, so thank you for mentioning that and bringing that up. Yeah, the rule books are hit or miss sometimes, especially in the earlier versions of some of the Tiny Epic games there, Shogunstein. And here's another comment. For the Building a Campaign collection that I dropped on the 10th. And this is from Colonel Billington. Colonel, thank you so much for joining us here at Two Gun Pixie. Colonel Billington said, "Keep the faith, Pixie." That actually looked pretty good. Haven't worked out in a while. Au natural. Colonel, thank you so very much for saying that. I hope that you stuck with Two Gun Pixie. Hope you're enjoying our videos, our massive collection of playlists. Well, there's a lot of playlists because we have a lot of videos. Damn it, we have a lot of videos. Well, what do you expect? Do a minimum of one video a day. We got two on Mondays, right? Because in the morning we drop the weekly video update, and then we have the midday monologue. There's a lot of damn videos put out by us. Tabletop Takeout. Oh, I didn't put the date on that one. I gotta go back and fix that in the list. Tabletop Takeout for Age of War. We have another one of our regulars, and that's Starship Chiro Studios. I do like saying their name like that. Starship Chiro Studios. Some 2 weeks ago said, as far as Age of War goes, says, "This looks like an interesting game. Samurai are still popular here in Japan. Some women today still view the famous samurai and warlords as sex symbols." Well, why not? It's part of their culture. It's a romanticized part of their culture, just like cowboys are a romanticized part of American culture. And there's a lot of ladies out there that really enjoy the image of a cowboy, and a lot of men out there that enjoy a cowgirl. So to tell me that shoguns are still a sexy status symbol in Japan, I find that completely believable. Why not? It's a beautiful part of their culture. I'm not a Japanophile. I don't pretend to be, but there are certain things from the Japanese culture that have permeated American life here, like the concept and the idea of samurai. And although it is complete bullshit the way we view them, also the ninja. Americans' view of ninjas have absolutely nothing to do with anything, really. I'm not getting into that conversation. But it is things that have bled into our culture here. And I've been a fan of Sam. Oh, you know what? I've told this story a couple of times in different videos. So back in the 80s, right, when me and my buddies were all kids and we were playing RPGs like every damn day after school and on the weekends, I was collecting RPGs. And Fantasy Games Unlimited, FGU, they had a series of games like Villains and Vigilantes that we really loved. They had another one called Bushido, which took place in ancient Japan, Nippon. That might have been the first time I realized that was the old name for it. And it was like D&D, playing down the magic. There was some magic, but playing it down a little bit, and playing up more historical stuff, though not completely. It's still a fantasy. And that was a really interesting game. We never played as much of it as I wanted, because some of my friends had a lot of trouble understanding the concept of face. A lot of them were so tied into the concept of the anti-hero, Punisher, Wolverine, things like that. They had no problem telling the Emperor to go to hell. Especially my one player, Ray. And I pulled him aside. I said, hey, Ray, just in case you don't know this, let me explain to you what's going on. And I gave him a quick rundown of honor, face, of the clans and hierarchy in Japan. And when I finished all that, I asked again if he was going to bow to the Emperor. And he says, no. I said, I'm not bowing to him. He's not my Emperor. I didn't elect him. Are you sure, Ray? Are you sure that's what you say? That's what you do? That's what your character says and does. And I gave him every damn out, and he refused to take it. So the Emperor called for his head, and he ran, and he tried jumping out a window, and he got cut to pieces, and he was mad at me for letting that happen to him. Yeah, so it didn't really work a lot with our games to venture into it, but it was so much fun. That's why I think I still have a little place in my heart when I do see a game like Age of War that's going to take me back to ancient Japan, Nippon, the samurai culture. To step into it for a little while is fun. It's not my culture. I don't know a lot about it. But I think I can dip my toes in safely enough and have fun for a few minutes in it. And that's what happened here. And Chiro, thank you for mentioning that, for bringing that up, and for enjoying Age of War as well. You should try the game. Even if you don't buy it, I'm not spending your money. It's your wallet. But, maybe it's at a gaming cafe or a friend has it. You should check the game out. I think you might like it. It's simple enough. It's easy enough. And there's just enough tension between the players to really make it kind of interesting. Shogunstein, you had some views on the 8th for Slideshow Gaming. Dropped Slideshow Gaming on Tiny Epic Vikings. And Shogunstein had 2 comments on that. Can't wait to hear what you think of the game. I will let you know what I think after I get a few plays in. And then he also said, Gameland is here where I live in Arizona. Looking forward to playing this game. They are indeed in Arizona, nowhere near New York City. This is why I have to have everything mailed to me. But who cares? Get things mailed further away than that. But yeah, there's a good company. As I was saying before with the other Tiny Epic, I enjoy their games. This is one of the better ones. It's a little tougher than expected. In fact, I think the rules in general for the Tiny Epic games have been getting a little more intricate. Maybe this isn't the right word, but maybe they're getting a little more complicated than they were when Scott Alms first started creating these games. It just seems like there's a lot going on. I think that's the one thing that bothers me in any game, but especially in a game that's Tiny Epic games are supposed to be a little bit simpler, and there's just so much fidgety things going on in that game. I guess that does make it feel like a much bigger game, much more epic title. Okay, I get that. But overall, I have been enjoying it, Shogunstein. Yes, sir. And you also made a comment on Gaming Radar on the 6th of this month, April, that we dropped for Star Wars, the deck-building game. And you said, is this going to give Star Realms a run for the money? Well, it might. But Shogunstein, you are a much better expert to answer that question than me, because to this day, I still haven't played Star Realms. Isn't there a few games in that Realm series? Not interconnectable, but just in general. I know I haven't played Star Realms. I don't think I've played any of them, actually. So I'm going to have to defer to you on this one, Shogunstein. All right, going all the way back to the 3rd, Midday Monologue Monday, for exactly where we're going to be next month. And that is What's Up April. Well, obviously next month will be What's Up May. So for What's Up April, we got a clean sweep again, along with a few Shogunstein reports reporting into us here. Clean Sweep 38 says, I would like to see Star Wars Life played. You're going to. Oh, you're going to. I thought it was going to be this past weekend. I thought things changed up and it was going to be that, and it wasn't. Maybe not this weekend, but maybe. But it's coming up. It's definitely coming up, Clean Sweep 38. So you'd like to see it played. Your daughter has Pirates of the Caribbean live game, and that one is great. Actually, some of the 20-sided Warriors have it. The brothers M, Andrew and Ryan, they have that game. Their family has played it, and they love that game. I've heard a lot of positive reviews from them concerning the Pirates Life of the Caribbean. They've also played Jedi, and they enjoy that very much as well. I haven't played it on camera, but even before I got to play it, I knew other people that had. I knew it was fun. It all comes together. It all does. Shogunstein. So for 3 comments, he said, how is Set a Watch? I almost bored. I guess you mean bought a used copy. Is it any good? Also said, I enjoy Tiny Epic Dinos. And he says, more legendary content. All right, so as far as Set a Watch, I'm sorry I didn't get it to the table the other night for a live playthrough. Was that just this Friday? Was that last Friday? is going to get back to the table. I do enjoy that game. It's a fun solo game. It's a fun solo tower defense. I mean, it's really at its core what it is. But just set in a more D&D specific way, the campsite at night. I mean, there's a lot of fantasy games out there. Thanks to Dungeons and Dragons, there's a lot of fantasy board games out there, and they cover a lot of aspects of the fantasy tropes and fantasy genres. But as far as I know, Settle Watch is the only one set during the overnight, during the camping session, when traditionally there's always at least one character at a time who has to stay up during the night. Their shift, right? To make sure that you guys aren't, have your throat slit in the middle of the night by some goblins while you're asleep. So there always has to be someone on watch. And this game, it's a beautiful version of that aspect of RPG, of fantasy RPG. I mean, superhero RPGs, you don't really have someone staying up to guard everyone. It's a different system, right? Different dive completely, that in a dungeon delve. But yeah! So now, and here we go, getting all the way back now. We've done the entire month, getting back to the end of March of Big John G's 5 favorite retro games, and Clean Sweep simply said, hi there. And the funny thing is, I hear that in Freddie Boom Boom Washington's voice. Anyone out there in my age category may remember, welcome back, Cotter, Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Why do they call you Boom Boom? I like to go boom, 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 boom. You like to play the bass? Nah, man, I just like to go boom, 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 boom. But that was his catchphrase. Hi there. So yeah, I totally heard that Clean Sweep 38 in Freddie Boom Boom Washington's voice. Midday Monologue last month, going all the way back, Clean Sweep again. Western Legends is a great game, and I think we're already into what we covered last time here. Definitely. Wow. Cool. Because I remember this one. Lost U, Y-O-U, capital letters, Lost United 4 weeks ago. For Hero Quest, I wrote Keller's Keep. I got to fix that. It's Kellar's Keep. Keller's Keep Part 1, Lost United, said a bunch of cool icons. He said cross swords. He said happy. He said level up. He said dice. He said happy face. He said dice. He said cool. He said winky. He said swords again. That's got to be good. All right, so if there's nothing else going on, if there's no questions or anything popping up, then I believe that it is going to be time to wind this down. I have a day of videos to shoot. I know I have at least 6 lined up right after this. Well, actually, right after this, I'm taking the 20-sided dogs out, and then I'm getting to some videotaping and editing. All right, so thank you very much for joining me, everyone. As you know, I'm your buddy Big Johnny G, the 2 Gun Pixie presents